All the guests here. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this webinar. I would first like to introduce all the main guests today. First, I would like to introduce Dr. Paul Sellakumar sir. He is the coordinator for this program. He is the chairman of Campus Abroad, India's first counseling agency for abroad. Sir has counseled more than 250 Stone Dominic. Is the head of partnership services, University of Gloucestershire. It also gives me great pleasure to have Dr. Larry Adams, head of academic IDM campus. And to all the participants, a very warm welcome to all of you who have joined this program. I now request Dominic, head of academic partnership services, University of Gloucestershire, to address the session. Sir, the session is yours.
Thank you, Joshua. Can I just confirm again that people can hear me? Because I think
yes, sir. You're audible.
Okay, that's good. My internet connection isn't the best today. Okay, I will start off. Thank you for that very kind introduction, and it is a real honor and a pleasure to be here with everybody today to talk about the University of Gloucestershire's MBA and MBA top-up program and the possibility of completing that program with the final stage being done, the dissertation top-up stage in Sri Lanka with our university partner, IDM Colombo. Oh, did somebody want to say something? Sorry. No?
No,
okay.
no. Yeah,
oh,
no.
Fine. Okay, thank you, Paul. So let me give first a bit of background about the University of Gloucestershire. The university was first established over 100 years ago. So higher education and universities in the United Kingdom have a very long and prestigious history. The University of Gloucestershire started off only as a teacher training college, but it has now progressed to be a large university with 7 different schools in it. So students who come to Gloucestershire can study everything from business to cybersecurity to geography, or to become a nurse. And if students are more inclined to the creative art subjects, graphic design, performing arts, we have all of those as well. The University of Gloucestershire is based in the southwest of England, and at the moment, as I'm sure you know, things have been difficult in the UK with the pandemic, but the University of Gloucestershire remains a very safe and healthy place to study. Our MBA program is based in our School of Business, and we have recently, well, about 18 months ago, launched a new business school building, which looks like it's a spaceship. It feels like it's come from the future. It's really, really modern, really fantastic. And the students who are currently studying there are having a really terrific time. Now, one of the unique features about programs from the University of Gloucestershire is that we want students to become the best version of who they are, and once they graduate with our certificate, to do the things they want to do. For some students on MBA programs, that could be setting up their own business, and we like to support students to consider entrepreneurial options. And for others, it's more traditional employment practices, such as consulting, senior management, and hopefully into leadership positions. One of the really important things that I let you know about the MBA and the MBA top-up program is it is designed for students who already have some management experience. Now, in general, we ask for at least 2, but somewhere up to 5 years of experience, either leading a team, running a business, or operating at a middle management level, so that the MBA program accelerates your career going on to into leadership positions. Now, the reason we ask for students to have some management experience is because an integral part of this program is the opportunity to learn from each other. This is not a passive program where you sit and observe lectures and you just read textbooks. That is very boring and a very ineffective way of studying. The idea of making sure that students on this program have management experience is so that you can learn from each other, particularly where that experience comes from different fields. For example, we have some students whose background is in healthcare and others which is in international shipping. Now, it might seem that it's a little strange that those two people would have information that they could share and learn from each other. But actually, it's about the practicalities of being a manager in industry. What give it to, for example, it'd be learning from the experience of the person who worked in logistics and how that could inform improvements in processes and policies of running a hospital. So sometimes the most important and interesting learning can be done from your peers. So a really important part of this project, of this program, even if it's just the MBA top-up that you students are interested in, which is the dissertation stage, is the opportunity to create a very good network of all of the other students so you can learn from them. Speaking of that network, what I would say is we really encourage students on this program to use LinkedIn to make their professional network bigger, create connections with other students who are alumni of the University of Gloucestershire, asking for their advice and their experience. And that's a really good way of being able to develop more case information and more ideas about the sorts of careers that you might be interested in going into. I've talked a little about the program and I've talked a little about Gloucestershire, but now let me tell you about our partnership with IDM in Sri Lanka. The university has about 15 international partners based around the world, from China all the way through to North America. And we take great pride in working with high quality partners. So when we had the opportunity to work with IDM in Sri Lanka, it was what should I say? We put them through a very rigorous test to ensure that their ability to deliver programs on behalf of the University of Gloucestershire was very to the high standard that we expect. And I'm very pleased to confirm that in the last 18 months, the University of Gloucestershire offers 4 programs with IDM now, one of which is the MBA top-up to the dissertation stage. And the quality of the work that has come from IDM Sri Lanka students is exceptional. We recently had a cohort of, I think, maybe 54 students who submitted their MBA dissertation, and the feedback from the academic members of staff in the School of Business was exemplary, that the work was of a very, very high standard, and that those students should be commended for what they've done. Now, that comes down to 2 things. Firstly, is that there is the strict admissions process to ensure that you have the opportunity to learn from other students on the program, and also so that they push each other, so that everybody strives to do the best that they possibly can. And secondly, the quality of the academic support which IDM Sri Lanka offers. Now, it's been a very difficult year because of the pandemic. But one of the really encouraging things that I've seen by working with IDM in Sri Lanka is that even when classes have not been able to happen in person, because the government have said no to that at the moment, the support and interaction that students get via online sessions, such as with Zoom or Microsoft Teams, has allowed students to still complete their studies. We recognize that it's important that you want to start the program at the right time and that you finish successfully when you expect to finish. And it's been a real pleasure to see how IDM have been able to support their students to do that, even remotely when times have been difficult. I think it's a testament to the teaching staff and the lecturers at IDM in Sri Lanka who have helped those students get excellent grades. Those excellent grades are what is going to differentiate graduates from when they go into the job market to stand out amongst a very, very competitive job market all around the world, especially for MBA graduates. I think it's a really good opportunity to study for a University of Gloucestershire award in Colombo. And I'll let you know, it's raining where I am here in the UK. It's horribly wet at the moment, and I personally would like to be in Colombo. I've been a few times and it's a fantastic, fantastic place to be. So I'm hoping my friends in IDM will allow me to come out and visit again soon. The last time I was there, it was the opening of the new IDM campus, which is in the center of Colombo, and it is fantastic. What a terrific place to learn and terrific place to study. If you are interested in spending some time studying there and completing this program, I cannot think of a better place that you could do it than at IDM, other than coming to the UK and studying at the University of Gloucestershire, which I would also encourage you to do. I think that's probably it. As I would say, to summarize, the program is designed for middle managers, people with management experience who are looking to strive to get onto strategic and leadership roles. It's an opportunity to learn from each other, as well as excellent teaching staff, both in IDM and in the UK. The program will test you. It is difficult. It's supposed to be hard. This is an MBA program at postgraduate level. So I would urge anyone who's considering doing this program to think, what would I like to study? I need to write a long dissertation about this. It's got to be something that you're very passionate and very interested in. So whether you want to do it in IDM or at the University of Gloucestershire, I wish you good luck, and I hope that you enroll on one of the programs soon. And I'm not sure, Joshua, are you in charge? Because I'm open to answering some questions if people want, or I can disappear.
Yeah, yes, sir. A couple of quick questions, sir. So the first thing is, what are the electives which are offered in this MBA? Could you elaborate on that?
Sure. So I think the important thing for me to point out is for all of the information that you want about the program, it's on the Gloucestershire website. I will put a link in the chat function here, so people can go and see more information about the full program. There are two different routes that you can take. If you come to Gloucestershire, we have a defined list of taught modules with assessments and examinations, which are in the areas of, and I will just make sure that I've got this correct, leadership by design, innovation and change, an international management project, and strategic management. Now, those are the four key modules. The optionality that we allow students is sometimes embedded within the assessment, but predominantly in the dissertation stage itself. So students might come and say, I have an interest in setting up a new internet business. That's what I want to focus on. That's fine. Others might want to look at the development of new trading links between governments. I think those sorts of things would be the sort. I must explain this badly. Essentially, whatever you want to study for your dissertation, you can, providing we can give you a suitable supervisor. So I think we want to get students to the point through the taught modules that they then have the breadth of knowledge around strategy, leadership, management, and projects, so that they can explore the things they're really interested in for the dissertation. Does that make sense, Joshua?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So the next question is, can you elaborate on the accreditations of the MBA, about the validation and how it is recognized globally?
Sorry, can you say that again? I didn't quite hear.
The accreditations of the MBA, how it is recognized worldwide.
Sure. Okay. So there are, again, more information listed on the website than I'll be able to tell you now, but the MBA program allows for some exemptions, particularly from some of the, I think it's CIMA, the Chartered Institute of Account Management Accountants. And widely, the UK level 7 programs are widely recognized around the world as being market leaders. So whilst some programs have, what can I say? What's the word I'm looking for? No, I won't say that. Essentially, one of the key parts of this program is that it is linked to the Chartered Management Institute. So as well, once you've completed the program, you will be able to apply to the Chartered Management Institute to get exemptions from some of their final accreditation examinations. So as well as having MBA after your name, you'll be able to have CMI as well. And that's one of the key components to this program, is that it's much more focused on management of a business as well as the management of people.
Okay, wonderful, sir. Sir, is there any job opportunities or any recruitment drive which will happen, which the students will be eligible post their completion of the program, sir? Would there be any assistance of that, sir?
So if the students come to the University of Gloucestershire, they will absolutely have full access to our postgraduate recruitment fairs and careers fairs, where we have a lot of links with industry across the whole of the UK. And actually, a lot of our students work internationally, whether it's in Canada, Australia, and sometimes in Europe, Spain and France. I wouldn't be the best person to ask with regards to the support offered at IDM, but what I would say is my understanding is IDM is very supportive of students as they go on into their career, and to support students who want to emigrate to go abroad. So think of it as a wider package as a route to getting to the next stage in your life.
Okay, wonderful, sir. So what are the, is there any work visa or student options which apply for this particular MBA, sir?
Sorry, Joshua, I'm really struggling to hear you. I do apologize. Please try again.
Yeah, is there any work visa or any student visa options available for the candidates who take up this particular program, sir?
Sorry, can somebody else repeat that? If I don't know if it's just my connection.
Yes, Mr. Dominic, I'll take the question. He's asking about the visa involvement. What type of visa students get? Probably I would like to answer to that question is there is no visa involved in this. And if at all they want to go for top up, they will be given a short time visa for completing the course. and that will be related to students visa. There is no work visa involved for the short-term visa, and students are not allowed to do part-time even there. Am I right? Is that okay to you, Mr. Gerard?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The next question which we have is the MBA more theoretical or is it more of applied studies?
So a good MBA is a combination of both. Now, one of the really good options one of the really good things about doing this MBA top-up program at IDM Sri Lanka is you will be being taught by academic members of staff who are active in industry. These are people who have or are currently working in leadership or who have successfully set up their own business. These are people who have experience working with the local and the national government. So you have the opportunity to learn the theory, which is important, an important part of studying any program, but also within projects like the International Strategic Project, figuring out how the theory can be applied to real life situations. This isn't a program where at the end of it, you've taken 7 exams and your transcript just gives you 7 results. This is an exciting program where you'll come away with tangible pieces of work which prove your knowledge and your expertise, which is a lot more valuable than just saying that you passed 6 exams.
Wonderful, sir. Sir, is it asynchronous or synchronous? Are the classes going to be asynchronous or synchronous?
I will defer to a colleague from IDM to answer that question.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Somebody from
Mr. Joshua, I think it's fine, and probably Mr. Dominic covered most of the questions related to the program. So probably when Dr. Larry presents, he will be able to cover this type of questions. And yes. So I would like to thank Mr. Dominic for the information shared with us, and we are sure it will be helpful. And we are also addressing the potential students from India here, so that's going to work out well. And I am waiting for Dr. Larry to cover most of this. So thank you very much, and you have a very wonderful weekend, Mr. Dominic.
Thank you, and thank you to everybody who's joined. And I hope to see you studying on a University of Gloucestershire program very, very soon.
Thank you.
Right.
Bye. Thank you very much for joining with us. Thank you. I now invite Dr. Larry Adams, Head of Academic, IDM Campus.
With due respect to Dr. Larry, can I take a minute, because I would like to explain. I would like to explain about what is the purpose of doing it in Chennai. So this IDM has another division called British Graduate School. They have the headquarters as well as their operation in London. So through that, they would like to, especially during this pandemic season, or the whole world is delivering the program online. So making use of it, as well as we have discussed at length, to deliver this and to help Indian students. So the options and methods and the system will be explained by Dr. Larry. The purpose of my telling you is this is all interrelated. So the students interested in this, especially those who miss the bus, they will be happy to have the program. They will certainly enjoy the program. And I hand over this to Dr. Larry, please.
Hi, good evening. And thank you for the time that you are giving us. So as an academic program, this is run in an academic way, but it's very flexible. To tell you, in Sri Lanka, we have been very successful with our student base because we have seen them through many difficulties, even during the pandemic. And they have also been very hardworking students, you could say. They have put their heads down at the time that it's needed. And I think even so, it can be with you all, Mr. Joshua. So we start up with in the MBA program, we start up with the PGD, and we have 6 subjects in the PGD, and which leads up to the MBA top up. And the MBA top up, we run through with the students how to do a research proposal, that is research the dissertation and then the reflective paper. There is a lot of flexibility in this learning program where we have, I think, we could say 99.9 or even 100% of our students have passed through, and they have got their academic qualification through a recognized, world recognized university. And what I could really push everyone who ever is interested in looking at IDM, through IDM, to do this program is that we are at you, and also we give you the best quality education because we run through the system in a very methodical. I heard you asking about the practical and the theoretical parts. Yes, we do run through the theoretical and the practical parts, but at the same time, we do run it in a methodical way where every student gets an excellent opportunity to understand the research, what they are going to do. And end of the day, once they have done their research, because we know there are umpteen number of books that have come out, or research papers that have come out, or theses that have come out, that students can't even remember what their research was. Once they have done with it, they don't know how a proposal was made or a dissertation was run through, or even the reflective paper, how did they put it together. But here in IDM, we make sure that it's ingrained, or it is like deposited into their system. And we do it in a very systematic, methodical, down to earth, very reasonable way, where the students get a memory bank of all what they have done. And it goes on to show that once they are finished, we have seen all our students practically been very successful in the business areas, where be it in whatever area that they have been already working in, or when they have reached out to look into new ventures. So one area that IDM always concentrates is that we give you a quality, excellent education, academic education, together with a very practical knowledge. So we see them through in different areas where without their knowledge, they fall in line with the academics. So we push them through also where they would reasonably understand how it's done. And if you take the PGD, it is all assignment based. So it is a very easy, practical, understanding way that we push it to them, where they can, even if whatever research material that they have to go through, it's not that we spoon feed them, but we run them according to a system where they are driven in a way, in a line where they can easily achieve. And the achievement is where they can get their proposal done in the achieved given time, because we have these time spans that we run for everything systematically. But because there is a lot of academic support that we give the students, and through that we show them the veracity of research, and research in itself. Like I said in the beginning, we will go through the PGD for them to get into the research part of it. But in the PGD, it's a thought study. It's a thought study program. So we'll run through it through the webinars and whatever ways that it's easy for you. And thereafter, when you get into the research part of it, we give you a hand in academics where you stand in a very strong sense of values in your academics. So true to the fact, in any academical institution or in any given university setup, there is a methodical way of things, how things should be planked out. And we do the same, but we do it in a system where it's very flexible, and it's a flexible learning system. Is there anything that you want to know more than that, Mr. Joshua?
No, you can continue, Doctor. You can
Yeah.
continue with the
Yes, I can
presentation.
continue, sir.
Pardon me. Pardon me.
You can
Sir,
continue
you can
about the
continue, sir.
All right. Okay. Now in the PGD program, we have 6 subjects, and the 6 subjects are strategic management, strategic HRM, and strategic financial management, strategic leadership, globalization and corporate governance, advanced business research that will lead just into the research itself. So these are few areas that we will touch on, and each of these subjects, it's all assignment based. So it's each of these subjects, we will give them some of them are like 2,500 to 4,000 words. So we will give you a veracity of how to do it, and we will show you how you because in end of the day, any academic program has its standing. So University of Gloucestershire combined with IDM, because IDM always has given a quality education system throughout its history. So we give a quality education system, and the students are very happy when once they finish. Some of them, when they come in, they are lost in the whole program in the initial stage, maybe a week or 2 into it. They dive into it automatically. And I have seen it over and over again where students don't understand in certain areas, they can't get it in the initial stage, but thereafter, we have excellent staff here in IDM, and they are experienced, excellent staff where they know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly how to conduct a relationship with the students, and what kind of understanding the student would really need to get through in order for them to get through with their subject material. And we guide, like I said, we guide them through. Our research proposals, or in our dissertation and our reflective paper, the combination of the whole thing will take you approximately about 6 to 7 months to totally finish. I think the whole program of this is coined up for about a year in the whole this thing. So whilst this is going on, while the PGD is going on, we ease you into the top-up program also, and so on. Is there anything else that you need to know?
Sir, regarding any internship opportunity or dissertation, could you elaborate on that, sir?
I didn't get you. Come again?
Regarding internship, if there is any internship, whether there's any facilitation for internship, or is internship
At the moment,
compulsory as a part of this program, or any dissertation or project work involved in that, sir?
No. See, anyway, we don't run any internship in any of the dissertation programs, not because of anything. One is at the moment the the environment is not conducive for it because of the COVID and so on. But to tell you the fact that during your dissertation, we will give you, because I think a majority of the students who come, they would be coming from a background of already in a business environment. Is it Mr. Joshua, or are they?
I think most of them are working professionals, sir, if I'm not wrong. Working professionals or just freshers who have completed their UG.
All right. So no matter if even if you just directly come in from your from a background of a bachelor's into it, um, or even if they are working professionals. Working professionals are most welcome because uh, they are the ones that we are really looking at, because we very much in our bachelors we have the combination of both, but we target them not because of anything, because it's easy for them to understand the business areas and the business studies that they will have to do their research on, and so on with the other students who have just finished their education in a bachelor's and they want to get into do their PGD and get into the master's program. So I would encourage all your students who they are willing to get into it. We will be most helpful from our side. Our team is an excellent team. Um, we have some wonderful senior lecturers, and they're excellent in what they do, and we will help you through, and we will ease them into the whole program. Like I said, it's a very flexible learning curve that we use in order for the students to get through. Yeah.
Yes. Sir, can we roughly know the cost of the program, sir? And is there any installment which can be paid, or what is the mode of payment, sir?
Mr. Joshua,
Yes.
we have with us our Miss Sonia Babu.
Yeah.
She'll be able to cover these areas
Yeah.
because academics normally won't interfere in this. And
Yeah,
the
that part
system lies
there is
with
Miss
the.
Sonia, and she will answer you to the T. But
And
if you have anything that you need to know on the academic side, please fire those questions, and I'll be most happy happy to answer them.
To the participants, you can either text me as usual, or if there's any question, you can directly give the raise hand and ask.
Yeah, Dr. Larry is going to be with us for some more time until we finish. Probably you get ready with your question after the presentation, after Ms. Sonia's presentation, we could cover the question answer session. I think this is okay with Dr. Larry. Am I right, sir?
Yeah. Very much.
Yeah.
Can do
Regarding
any sessions whenever, whilst it's going on with the others, you can barge in and just make a plea on something that you want to know. There's no problem.
Yeah, this is regarding the internship. The question was from Mr. Joshua. I think this is totally a different thing. It's not a taught program. In the sense, it's not a regular program, but students are welcome to take up the internship with their own responsibility. As we said, if they are employed, they choose the employee, the company, and work out the research on that. Or if they want to go elsewhere to earn, if they are in business, they want to go elsewhere to earn more knowledge, they can do that. But unfortunately, the institution will not be in a position to help them.
Yeah,
Okay.
but we encourage the students to really do their research from the background of their own institution, wherever they are working, whatever organization they are from, they can use that organization as a stepping stone to their research, where they can do a research on behalf of that organization. And we will help you through how to do it. We'll give you the tools and the skill how to do it.
Thank you, Doctor. Probably if you share, Miss Babu could explain about the admission procedures and other related matters.
Right. Firstly, good evening, everyone. I hope I'm clear. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
All right. So to go on with regards to the admission procedures for this particular program, see, at different levels, students can be recruited depending on their experience and their qualification. This can actually differ from student to student. So if we could have freshers right after a degree program, we could have managers that have between 5 to 10 years of experience. So there is no standard requirement because, as I said, it can depend from student to student, depending on their educational background as well as their work experience. All right. Am I clear on that? Can I move on?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
All right. I heard another question being raised about the cost of the program, right? So I think both Dominic and Dr. Larry explained that we use a postgraduate diploma firstly, and then move on to an MBA top-up. The postgraduate diploma taking students 6 months to complete, requirement being 6 modules, which were elaborated by Dr. Larry, all based on assignments and presentations only. And thereafter, you proceed to the MBA top-up, where the dissertation is required from the student. Now, see, the entire world is going through a pandemic with the COVID-19 situation. So a question may arise as to class attendance. How are we going to, do we have to attend classes? How are we going to actually study? For the November intake, what happens is everything can be delivered online, whether it be the PhD or the MBA top-up, right? The total cost of the program, including the PhD and the MBA top-up, is £5,000. Due to the pandemic, there is a 250 reduction, being 4,750, and there's an early bird discount for the November intake, bringing it down to 4,500. This can be broken into installments. On registration, students have to pay £1,500. After 3 months, a further 1,500, and on the 6th month of registration, the balance 1,250. So what does this 4,250 totally include? It's a total online delivery of the program from the PGD to the MBA top-up. We do have the option where students can come to Sri Lanka and cover up the MBA top-up. However, due to the current travel restrictions, airports are closed in both India and Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka for sure, in India, I think it's still closed. So due to that, we are able to deliver this online, and that would be the total cost. But if students want to proceed to go to UK to complete the MBA top-up, then the PGD would be £3,000 and the MBA top-up would be £5,100. Is there any questions for me, Joshua? Is there anything else you would like me to elaborate?
No, ma'am. I think you have given a clear picture as to how it can be split up. I think it would help the students very much, so that they don't have to pay at one go.
No, there is no one.
So
They're not at one go,
that would be,
Joshua. Yeah, it's not at one go.
yeah, I think that's the benefit. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead, ma'am. Please go ahead.
So it's not at one go. I'll go through it once more. For the November intake, the total cost due to the COVID pandemic is only 4,250. All lecture delivery online. You're looking at a down payment of £1,500. This is on registration. 3 months from the registration date, a further 1,500. And on the 6th month from registration, 1,250.
Wonderful. So when is the, can you just brief us as to when is the next intakes, ma'am? Next few intakes?
The next few intakes, so we are starting one in November, and then thereafter we're starting another one in January. So it continues that way. So every 2 to 3 months, we do have an intake.
So to all the participants, if there is any questions, you can either text me, or you can use the chat and ask me, text me the question privately, or you can give the raise hand and ask the question directly to. If there's any questions, feel free to ask.
Sonia, can you explain to them the admission procedure, how to file the application and the supportive documents?
Sure. Yes, Dr. Paul. So on admission, there will be an application form given by British Graduate School. On top of that, we do need some documents, which is a copy of your passport. We need a couple of photos of yourself, all photocopies of your certificates and transcripts with regards to education. So whether it be, I think you'll have a standard grade 10 and a standard grade 12, am I correct?
Yes.
So we need copies of that. If you hold your bachelor's degree, we do need copies of the certificate and transcript there again. An updated CV with including all your work experience. Even if you don't have work experience dating back to all your school activities and your undergrad education wise, all that needs to be listed. So an updated CV is definitely a requirement, and service letters to back your work experience is another requirement. So it's a fairly straightforward process. Soft copies and hard copies can be handed over to the office, and soft copies can be emailed. As I said, due to the current pandemic, I think most of the procedures have shifted online. So right now, let's go with soft copies, and all your educational documents as well as all your service letters, a copy of your grade, your standard 10 and your standard 12, as well as your degree certificate and transcript, and any other education. I think some of you may have other postgraduate qualifications, other different MSc programs. So copies of that is also relevant.
What about statement of purpose? Do you need such things? Because
Yes,
normally
and correct. A statement of purpose as to why the student wants to take up this MBA program, probably a half a page to 1 page explanation on that, and an academic reference. So if one of your lecturers recommending you for the MBA program is also a requirement.
Joshua, we can take up questions now. Probably Sonia, myself, and Dr. Larry would cover that. If there is any questions,
Yeah, if there's any questions, feel free to type in the chat box. You can type privately, or you can just give the raise hand, and if you can ask. If there is no questions, we can wind up as well. So looking forward to questions from the participants.
Sonia, can you explain to them the link, how to file the application?
Right now, Dr. Paul, everything is going via email. So from British Graduate School, I believe there will be an corresponding person. Yeah, and so right now everything can be emailed to the corresponding person at British Graduate School, and we can take it from there.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
So I think we have all elaborated on all the questions which people have. So most of the questions which I have was from the participants, and I think they have a clear knowledge about the entire program related to the course structure, the delivery, the fee structure, and how it can be paid, and what are the topics that would be covered. So on behalf of, I would like to thank all the guest speakers today. And I would like to thank the participants for joining in for this program. Paul, sir, is there anything you would like to add, sir?
No, I think we are covered. And let us see, probably, yeah, we have their details, mail ID. We will follow up with them. And if they want, they can also mail us and check. And if you want, you can give my mobile number by the chat box so that they can contact me anytime for any clarification.
Wonderful. So I would like to thank Dr. Paul Chelakumar. I would like to thank Stone Dominic, Dr. Larry Adams, and Ms. Sonia Babu, and all the participants.
Somebody's raising hand, Mr. Ashok. Mr. Ashok.
I now request
Mr. Ashok raised his hands.
Yeah. Ashok, sir, you can you can unmute yourself. We are giving you the access. You can unmute yourself and you can ask your question, sir.
Can you hear Mr. Ashok? I think he won't be able to unmute it.
No, we have given him the access.
You can give
his line is disconnected, I guess. Okay.
No, you can give access to all the participants so that they can raise the questions if there is any.
Yes.
Mr. Ashok, are you there?
I think his line is disconnected.
Okay.
Anybody else? We have unmuted everybody. Will anybody, if there's any questions, feel free to ask any questions. Go ahead. Okay, I think we have elaborated in detail about the program. So once again, I would like to thank everybody, all the guest speakers, all the participants. I now request you all to stand up for the national anthem before we wind up.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you all. Have a wonderful weekend. We will contact you with all the details of the program. We'll send you a mail to all the participants regarding the entire program and the fee structure, whatever is the conversation of the program. We will also send you a recording of the program too. So wish you all a wonderful weekend. Thank you.